As I told you, my name is Shankar Sareen. We are Team Sentinel-1. I'll just request everybody to introduce themselves, and then I'll just tell you how we've made the masterclass. As I told you, it's supposed to be fun. I hope you guys like it as well. So why don't I start with the person on the extreme left, Gaurav. Small introduction.
Hi everyone, I'm Gaurav, part of West SE team, solutioning team, and I'm in Sentinel-1 for past 3.5 years approximately. Take care of solutioning part.
Perfect. Govil.
Hello everyone, my name is Govil Rajpal. I lead solution engineering team for Sentinel-1 India and SAARC.
Yeah guys, very good afternoon. My name is Vikram. So I'm a senior solution engineer at Sentinel-1. This is my 3rd year with Sentinel-1. So I do take care of both West as well as South from a solution engineering point of view.
Good noon, everyone. This is Abhay. I am a senior solution engineer, though quite a bit to Sentinel-1, new to Sentinel-1, but yeah, I have been in the industry for quite a lot of time. So yeah, thank you and welcome everyone.
Perfect. So quick check. This mic is not working. Could you fix this as well? Okay, team, so I take care of marketing for Sentinel-1. My name is Shankar Sareen. My job is to ensure that, whatever they do is interesting, is something that the audience would like. So we've kept the masterclass into 5 subsections. The first one is we'll play a Kahoot. We'll play a very simple 6 questions Kahoot, and that is more of a poll, just to understand, where we are in terms of, audience as a big group set, where are, as an industry, as a room, where do we stand when it comes to agentic AI, autonomous SOC, just to understand what the baseline is. We then pivot to an interesting myth, hype, and reality kind of a session. So this is, something that you keep hearing. We're trying to decode, demystify that with simple 5 examples. And that is the reason is to see, if you can differentiate what is a myth, what is a hype, what is a reality. We then go to a very interesting session, which my colleague Gaurav would do, which is actually a demo of a live screen of what, you can see how things are, how agentic AI is now helping the SOC engineer. So that is your 3rd session. 4th is the most interesting. 4th is where we actually do a Kahoot to understand what you've learned over the previous 3 sessions. So this is, your knowledge. I've got some interesting prizes there. First 3 prizes, we've got something interesting for the top 3 winners. And then we've kept a 5 minutes, something interesting that Sentinel-1 unveiled recently at RSA. So we thought we'll also give you a 4 minutes sneak peek into what is the next new thing coming up. So without further ado, let's run the first Kahoot.
No, I'll take 5 minutes before we run the Kahoot,
please.
I think. I have mic. You all can hear us, right? Yes? Perfect. I know after lunch, right, it is difficult to focus on a session, but we'll try our best to keep all of you in this room awake for next 75 to 90 minutes. We have done 1 round of introduction already, but we will do a next round of introduction as per the role play we are planning to do in next 75 minutes to 90 minutes. So I will take 5-10 minutes and then we'll actually get on to the Kahoot. My name is Govil Rajpal. Like I said, I lead humans in Sentinel-1 and I lead another team of AI agents in Sentinel-1. So every day I find out a reason what AI agent I can build to automate my repetitive task. It can be checking emails, it can be blocking my calendar, it can be setting up some reminders for me. But every day I feel there has to be an AI agent which can make me more efficient. And we all 3 do debate every day actually. So on right hand side to me, Abhay is acting as a tier 1 SOC analyst in this role play. So the responsibility of Abhay is, the moment there is an alert on the dashboard, Abhay will do the basic investigation and incident triage. And when I say incident triage, idea is when the alert or an incident is true positive or when the alert is false positive. Now on my left hand side, I have Vikram. He will be acting as a tier 2 analyst in this role play. Whenever Abhay feels there is something which needs to be escalated for deeper investigation. Abhay comes in and Abhay does that deeper investigation of that incident and the alert. And on my extreme left, Gaurav, he is my tier 3 SOC analyst. Tier 3 SOC analyst is like deeper investigation related to DFIR, forensics, and if proactive threat hunting to be done, that is being conducted by Gaurav, who is my tier 3 analyst. I like to do automation in my job with the help of AI agents, and they all three, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 analysts, they debate me every day what all we can automate in security operations center. And that is the idea of next 75 to 90 minutes, what piece we can automate for Abhay as a tier 1 analyst, what we can automate for Vikram as a tier 2 analyst, and the same goes with Gaurav, what automation we can achieve for layer 3 or tier 3 analysts in the security operations center. But before we kick off, how many of you feel agentic AI is there and we should start using AI to make our analysts more efficient and effective in our security operations center? How many of you feel agentic AI is there? Good, I can see 20% of the people in the room are saying agentic AI is there. How many of you feel agentic AI is hype, myth, it is not a reality and it will take some time for agentic AI to come in and then start working the way we work in our security operations center? How many of you feel it is hype and a myth, it is not a reality? No one? Very good. Which means agentic AI is already here. But let me give you two extreme examples. One example of AI being used by threat actors, and second is AI being used by defenders to detect and prevent the attacks. When I started my pen testing journey back in 2015-16, I was the one who was going ahead and telling customers, breaking news, that there is a malware in your organization. But in 2025, we don't go and tell customers there is a malware in your organization. What we go and tell Mr. Customer is, there is some human inside your organization. What does that mean? There is some human, not the malware in your organization. There are very interesting research, and this is all which is there on the internet, it is not science fiction. Threat actors are actually using AI to create a profile on LinkedIn. Then threat actors are using AI to create their resume and cover letters. Then threat actors are actually applying for the jobs in India in some of the organizations. Then threat actors are using AI to even pass the interview as well in your organization. Then threat actors are using AI to even get the laptop and other things, which is the joining formality in the organization. And then threat actors are technically in your organization accessing sensitive information, which 10 years back malware was doing. So finding out malware and breaking that news to customer was difficult back then, but it is easy now. But finding human inside your network and then breaking that news to a customer is super, super difficult. So this is the extreme use of AI in offensive side of security. Now let me give you another interesting example of AI in the defensive side, especially in the security operations center. Now think about a situation, there is a critical incident alert in your security operations center. Now what generally happens is, there are humans addressing that critical incident from investigation, triage, response, remediation, and recovery perspective. Now think about a situation, the moment there is a critical incident, that critical incident, for that a war room gets created. And that war room is, let's say, Microsoft Teams or Slack. Now there is a team of 5 people responsible to address or investigate that specific critical alert. All of them are automatically joining that war room inside the Microsoft Teams and Slack. Maybe easy. Now think about a next stage when there is an automated Zoom call being initiated and all the 5 people are there in the room. Now let's go to the next level. Now the fundamental problem in cybersecurity is how we explain. Now AI agent, which is a voice agent, coming on that Zoom call and explaining about that incident to those 5 people who are investigators. And the next stage is, the moment all these 5 people says, yes, this is a real true positive, we have to initiate a remediation. Now the voice agent will take that information, go back to AI agents, and those AI agents will actually do the complete remediation in your environment. The only human intervention is saying yes. Those 5 stakeholders which are there on the Zoom call and saying, yes, we want to remediate, this is a true positive. This is an extreme use case of AI being used in Security Operations Center. And these both are realities actually. These both are happening. Entirely depends which organization has got maturity to reach to that full autonomy, which organization have just started that journey of autonomy. And same, if you read about that offensive side of AI, which I have mentioned just now, it is there all over internet. In last 6 to 9 months, 300 organizations have been compromised in such a way when not malware, but humans are breaching their legacy technical controls. And some of them are from India as well. Now, next 75 to 90 minutes, like I said, of course, we have taken already 15 minutes. We have 60 minutes left, almost. So idea is, we will do a pulse check in the room, how exactly the Security Operations Center is working in your organization. Maybe before we get onto the Kahoot, how many of you are directly, indirectly stakeholders of Security Operations Center in the room? 1, 2. So I can see some 5%, 10% of the people are directly or indirectly stakeholders for Security Operations Center. So first 10, 15 minutes we will do a pulse check, and then we will try to demystify how and when agentic AI to be used in the Security Operations Center to address the cyber security industry.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll start. Folks, if you're not familiar, please log into kahoot.it on your device. Kahoot.it. I request everybody to just log into kahoot.it. The last year's winner is right here. We'll ensure that he doesn't win it this time. So kahoot.it, please, your pin is 4612126. Kahoot.it, please enter your pin, give yourself a nickname. And the first person to come on screen actually gets a special award.
Priyanka.
Are you somewhere here? Yeah. Where are you? Perfect. Priyanka, can you please come on the stage? We've got a special small gift for you. The first award. Okay, perfect.
We need to give one award to Purple Agent as well.
Wow.
Who is Purple Agent in the room? Okay. You will not get it.
Purple agent is a Sentinel-1 agent, so he doesn't get it. Okay, do we have everybody here? We've got 32 people. Can we have more people? The minute it hits 50 is when we'll start. 38, 39. Okay. Again, kahoot.it, it'll ask you for a pin, 4612126. Give yourself an interesting nickname. We've got 43. More people, please. It's just a... Okay. Do we start in the interest of time? Please do log in and I'll start. This is not a quiz. Good, I like the name Firewall Warrior. You forgot the R or was it a... Okay, 44. Let's just start. Ravan Kapoor is here, unfortunately. Okay, it's as I told you, it's more of a poll. The idea is to get a pulse, and if you do it quickly, we can save some time. Can we have the music? How come I did not hear the music? What type of SOC model does your organization currently use? So in-house, hybrid, fully managed SOC, no formal SOC in place. Just a poll, just to understand where we are as a room. Can we check the music, please? Okay, I think we've got the answers. Anybody who hasn't answered? Okay.
Wow.
Govil, anything quick that you want to add?
No, I think interesting outcome mix of in-house and hybrid, which is internal and external services. Good. Only 11 who says no formal SOC in place.
Wonderful. Okay. Second question. Which SOC KPI do you most want to improve? Is it mean time to detect and mean time to investigate? Is it MTTR? Is it your alert fatigue that's troubling you? Or overall coverage, the visibility gaps? What do you think is the most important SOC KPI that you're trying to improve? Yes, I like that music, please. Slightly louder. Okay.
Visibility gaps.
Wonderful. Okay. Next, the third question. What is your current level of automation in your SOC? Manual, partial, highly automated environment, and autonomous.
It can be via API integrations, it can be via scripts, it can be anything.
Perfect. Awesome.
Nice.
So
Partial
the
automation.
majority is saying partial automation. Okay, that's interesting. Your next question is, what is the biggest challenge that you see in the evolution of your SOC? Skill shortage, budget constraints, executive alignment, lack of integrated tooling, or is it the high volume of low quality alerts? Okay, any guesses what the, Abhay, your guess?
Skill shortage, maybe. Let's see.
Lack of integrated tooling. Okay. Ah, not
Yes.
bad. Okay. It's not rigged, he just predicted the answer. Okay, next question, which is the number 5. What's the main source of alerts your SOC deals with on a daily basis? Is it your EDR tools, firewall proxy? Is it your cloud security platform, email security, or your vulnerability management technologies?
Maybe EDR. Let's see.
Let's see. Email security. Okay, we've got 43, 45, 44. Perfect. Let's see. Not bad.
EDR.
Okay, interesting. I think so. You kind of have the pulse of the room, Govil. How often does your SOC conduct threat hunting exercises? Weekly, quarterly, monthly, or only
Maybe
when there are
rarely.
incidents? Which one?
Last one. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I would say monthly.
Or we are influencing their answers actually.
We don't want to
Yeah?
actually. Sorry, we'll zip. Okay.
Okay,
that's
quarterly.
interesting. Monthly.
Monthly, yes. Nice.
Okay. What is your SOC's approach for log retention and storage? We'll not read. I'll just read. Standard retention, extended retention, compliance driven. What logs? We ran out of storage last quarter.
Maybe standard 30 to 90.
No, you're not supposed to.
Okay.
Okay. Compliance driven, based on regulations. Understandable. Okay, folks, the second last question. How confident are you in your SOC's ability to detect modern threats? You know, it's your confidence level. Very, somewhat, neutral, still unsure. Okay, we've got most of the answers. Okay, somewhat confident. That brings me to the last question of the poll. What would most accelerate your SOC transformation journey? Better data correlation, contextualization, unified platform replacing fragmented tools, AI-driven triage and response, access to skilled resources, or executive buy-in. Please note there is no all of the above. So you just have to choose one. Just trying to understand what is. Okay, I think that is the last question. Let's see the responses. Very interesting. So
AI-driven triage and response.
which is a perfect pivot into the next session. So this is where Vikram and Govil, you take over, right?
Can you switch the slides, please?
Yes, I'll switch to the slides.
Done. Can I have clicker?
You can have clicker.
No.
Can we have the clicker,
Clicker,
please?
please.
I'll just get it.
Hello, hello.
So I'll pick two questions out of this poll actually. One is where problems most of you said is the skill set shortage, and the last one where you have said you need AI driven incident triage and investigation. Thank you so much. Now DSCI, NASSCOM and many other analyst reports from last 1 decade, they are publishing a reports that 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million cybersecurity jobs are unfilled. I'm sure you all have read these reports. Now think about a situation, tomorrow these 1 million people are there in the market. This shortage is not there. These 1 million people are there in the market and they have a skill set as well. As a customer, do we have budgets to hire these 1 million people? They are best in incident triage, they are best in investigation, they can do very well threat hunting, they know cyber security, security operation technologies in and out, and these 1 million people are there in the market. I agree.
Can you repeat the question?
So I was saying, let's assume tomorrow there are 1 million people in the market.
I think we all heard your question. What I'm saying is, there's a small disconnect. If you're saying there is a 1 million gap of, skilled resources, that's a felt demand. So demand drives budgets. Felt requirement drive budgets, not the other way around. You can't say I have only, 10 million rupees, so I'll hire 3 guys. It's the other way around. I want 5 guys, so I want this budget.
But sometimes we need 10 guys, or for example, let's take your example, I need 5 people to run my security operations center. Idea is, and this narration is, do we have skill set available in the market? That's the narrative. So sir, my point is, because I'm not publishing these reports, idea is, somebody says there are unfilled jobs in the market. And the definition of unfilled jobs in the market means there is a demand, but people are not there. Right? Yes. Now I'm saying
that demand comes from a felt requirement within organizations, aggregated into those reports.
And let me give you more contextual information on this. I was working with a customer. They had 89,000 alerts coming in from their EDR. Example. If I do a rough calculation of basic incident triage taking 3 to 5 minutes, then 89,000 alerts, now to process this information, technically they need 70 plus security analysts 24/7, 365 days a year. Now the question is, let's assume these 71 security analysts, very first thing is these analysts are not available, very difficult to hire and then retain. Now the second thing is, let's say these people are available in the market. Are we ready to invest in these 71 analysts who are actually doing only triage of EDR alerts? Now there are 10 other technologies. That is the narrative which I wanted to bring in. People are not there is one thing. Let's assume tomorrow people are there. But do we have budgets maybe to hire all these people? Because these are security operations center analysts are generally last line of defense, sir. These are the last line of defense. You have invested in technologies, you have invested in people, technology fails someday, and that is where the security analyst, which is last line of defense, comes in. And this is more of a analyst fatigue problem versus a log or alert fatigue problem, technically. Right? You ask security analyst who is tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and my 3 analysts will share the experience as well once we progress this session. Idea is, it has become to a analyst fatigue problem versus a log fatigue problem, because logs or alerts will increase. Earlier it was on-prem data center, now there is a cloud, now there is a mobile, now it is IoT, now there are multiple other technologies, and all these technologies will keep on generating logs. Logs will increase, alerts will increase, incidents will increase, and hence all these organizations will keep on publishing this report. We have a shortage of skill set. Idea with this next 40-45 minutes is how we can address this skill set shortage problem with the help of artificial intelligence or agentic AI. That is the idea. And technically, before we start the myth buster, I want to actually start with the uncomfortable question actually. And that uncomfortable piece is, do you feel that agentic AI will replace SOC analysts completely in next 2 years? Because whenever we speak with customer, some of them say, yes, it will replace. Some of them say, no, it will not be able to replace. What do you feel? Complete human elimination can we do, let's say from a tier 1 SOC analyst perspective? What do you feel? So, partially. So completely means, sir? Completely replace. Anyone in the room who says yes, completely replaced? Yes. Only for T1. Yes, only for T1. Completely. Anyone in the room? T1 completely. Okay. T1 completely. Very good. Anyone has done this till now in the room? T1 is being completely managed by agentic AI. And let me give you examples, maybe sir for you and for everyone, right? If you see, let's say I am a SOC analyst. Assume I am a SOC analyst. I have 2 things to do. One is I need to do a thinking task, and the thinking task means I need to find out whether this is a true positive incident or a false positive incident. And second thing I need to do is doing task. If you see the cybersecurity market in last 1 decade, they are more focused around doing task. And this is what we have said, automation. Automation with the help of scripts or APIs or integration or anything else. But the moment it comes to the thinking task automation, this is something we have not seen. Agree with me? Thinking task and doing task. Every cybersecurity technology in Security Operations Center last 10 years is more focused around doing task, not thinking task. Idea with agentic AI is, and when I said, can we replace T1 analyst with agentic AI is, can we bring a human brain or analyst brain inside the artificial intelligence or an agent or agentic AI, and now that brain is doing what an analyst does day in, day out. Yes, sir.
I'm not talking about the agentic and all, but even as a human, sometimes we see sometimes that the line between T1, T2, T3, the job role or the specific requirement are getting blurred. Maybe.
No, 100% agree. So that hierarchical structure of Security Operations Center, which is L1, L2 and L3, the lines are getting very thin, right? L1 can do L2 and L2 can do L3, and maybe L1 can do L3 as well, depending upon how the cybersecurity technology stack you have. But let's start with.
Yes, Govind, we need to hurry up. We need to.
Fast?
Yes, please.
Okay, we are getting late.
Keep asking questions, it's good, but just a nudge to go with that. We've got lot to cover.
Perfect. Okay. I think this is how we started.
Okay, just to quickly break it down in a very simple word. So is it just between the technology and the human, in the sense technology versus human, or is it together, like technology and human? So that is the basic focus point what we are going to bring with this particular session of Mythbusters. In the sense, we do understand a lot of agentic AI involvement in the technology. So there are certain things, as Govind mentioned, that agentic AI can do, and there are certain things where we require a human intervention, and also implementing and bringing this agentic AI to the maturity level also a kind of a challenging. So there are certain articles, there are certain engagements and the videos and everything what we read on daily basis, which basically confuses us. So considering this, myself and Goal and all we are from Sentinel-1, we have put out like a 5 key mythbusters, so which will give us a little bit of more understanding about where the Sentinel-1 is coming from on the agentic AI capability and how we can break it down and how easily you guys can adopt this platform with our further session. So coming to the first question, Goal. So what do you see like in the future or in the near real time? Does the agentic AI gonna make the complete SOC or the infrastructure security point completely autonomous, or is it gonna bring into the partial, or how is it? What do you think about this?
100% this is a myth, right? This is what I was trying to set up in my previous conversation as well. 100% this is a myth. So in cybersecurity or agentic AI, we call this as HITL, human in the loop, right? Idea is every cybersecurity task in Security Operations Center, divide that into 3 buckets. Bucket number 1 is low risk, high impact. What is low risk and high impact? The best example can be alerts which are coming in from your email security solution. I want to have full autonomy when it comes to low risk and high impact incidents. Then comes the medium risk. Medium risk means investigation will be done by AI, but the final approving authority is still the human. So everything will be done AI, and then human will finally approve what action we need to take. And then the last piece is high risk. High risk means it is human driven and AI assisted. Human driven and AI assisted, which means?
So basically here, the AI gonna help you to bring in the attributes, verdicts, and other parameters which are linking the incident. But the final call need to be taken care by the human. Why? Because every infrastructure level and the data information which comes from them is completely different. So here we can utilize the agentic AI to gather the intelligence much more quickly and fastly and act through the human decision making. Right. So moving to the next.
Yes.
So this is another one. Basically, most of us feel like adopting the agentic AI will gonna like bring my security into a next level. Yes, it does, but not so superiorly. So here, leveraging the agentic AI to handle security events can enhance the speed and efficiency. What do you feel about this?
I think the maximum time security analyst is spending on mean time to investigate. Mean time to investigate is one interesting KPI where tier 1 or tier 2 analyst has to do incident triage and the investigation. And triage is being done when the investigation is completed. If with the help of agentic AI, we can do the triage of low severity incidents, and then tier 2 and tier 3 can focus on high and critical severity incidents, this can fundamentally increase the speed and efficiency of the Security Operations Center. And if you see in last couple of years, every cybersecurity technology which is using AI for threat detection, they have one piece which is verdict coming from AI, and then they have created something on the dashboard which is what human says about this alert or incident. Now what human says about this alert or incident is generally being handled by a security analyst or the MDR people, right? You buy these services from Security Operations Center Cybersecurity Technologies. Idea is how we can actually filter out the noise which is maybe low and medium alerts, and then high and critical can be handled by, like I said, tier 2 and tier 3. Fundamentally, it can actually save a lot of time in your Security Operations Center.
Let's move on to the next. Okay, I would like to ask this question to the audience because in the beginning of session, I do observe that few of you have mentioned that you have already adopted the agentic AI. So how many of you feel like deploying of the agentic AI is very simple and making sure that it's working up to the mark with respect to your infrastructure is pretty easy? How many of you feel that? Is it easy deploying the agentic AI? Yes? No? How many of you feel yes? Can you raise your hands? Or most of you are sleeping?
Any of you have deployed some AI agents, for example? Maybe not for cybersecurity, maybe some business-specific problems.
Probably you might be using a ChatGPT or Gemini or even any other open AI kind of a platform to enhance your daily to daily operational thing. Like how easy that is, like from the user, not from the user point of view, from the deploying of the agentic AI. So how easy it is? How many of you feel like it's pretty easy?
Expose my all critical logs or critical things to any external LLM model. So again, this is it. Yes, we can deploy, but it will take a little bit effort. We can't say it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let us break it into a three. Easy, moderate, very difficult. How many of you feel it's easy? No one?
If you have your own model, then moderate or easy.
Moderate.
If
And how many of you feel it's very complex? Right. Okay, so coming from the infrastructure point of view, so any infrastructure wouldn't be adopting just a one agentic AI, am I right? So there'll be a multiple verdicts, like from the people management point of view, from the security point of view, from the business point of view. Let us consider the CEO or head of the particular organization request is saying that to bring down all the AI together, let them talk to each other in order to scale or enhance the capability of our daily operations. So from this angle, if you see, it is very difficult to bring in this kind of a model to any infrastructure. Because I forgot your name. So as he mentioned, so each and every agentic AI has its own capability, the learning modules, the enhancement capability. And making this agentic AI to talk to each other and listen to each other from the intelligence point of view, from the communication point of view, it is very difficult. So it's not easy to build the agentic AI capability. How many of you remember about the Facebook? So Facebook had this kind of a capability back in the days, like I think 2004 or 2005. How many of you remember that incident? So it started predicting and analyzing, it started telling the owners itself that you are doing the wrong thing, right? So because of the uncontrollable kind of an approach. So that is where Facebook forcefully shut down that particular agentic capability. So here in today's world, it is not so easy. So it requires a lot of hard work and infrastructural understanding, as well as you have to have that knowledge or you have to have that business case in order to bring them each other. How many of you feel this is a myth or a hype or a reality? Reality, how many of you say yes? Hype? Myth? What do you feel?
I think it is very, very difficult. Some of you have said moderate, but I personally feel it is very, very difficult. Reason being, to implement agentic AI and then train LLMs requires a lot of infrastructure and GPUs, and technically India doesn't have GPUs. Even government of India is struggling to get GPUs to start their infamous AI program. So you are reliant on cybersecurity organizations, like let's say you have Checkpoint or Fortinet or Cisco or Palo Alto in firewalls, SentinelOne in EDR, and many other cybersecurity organizations, because they have a computing power, they have GPUs, they can train the models for you, but that brings another issues of data exposure, which Sir was referring to. How to control this data so that this data stays in your environment. You cannot actually train LLMs in the organization because we don't have such infrastructure and GPUs available as of today. So very, very difficult, actually.
So let's go to the next.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very interesting part. Like, how many of you completely blindly believe the agentic AI, whatever it gives is right? How many of you feel like agentic AI, whatever the data or the input or analytics, what it provides is transparent and it is up to the mark?
Can I take 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Maybe forget about agentic AI in this case. Just think about AI running in your cybersecurity technologies today. AI says it is malicious. Do you get to know why it is malicious? What AI has done behind the scenes? You get to know it is suspicious. Do you get to see what AI has done behind the scenes to classify this as a suspicious? There are very, very less cybersecurity technologies available, which gives you this transparency on the console that AI has said this, but why AI has said this. You don't have that. So there are interesting projects which is XAI, Explainability Artificial Intelligence. That explainability artificial intelligence may solve this future, this complex puzzle for us. When AI is taking an action, you might have that visibility on your console, on your dashboards, in your business logic, why AI is saying this. But we are not there. Maybe once you go back to your office Monday morning, you can ask the SOC analyst, you can ask the relevant security people, the answer will be no. Because there are very less cybersecurity technologies available, like I said, which gives you the explanation, okay, why this? I think this is a very interesting area, artificial intelligence and cybersecurity working and how we can fix that problem for the customers. Yes, next. Sorry, we are getting late, so we have just 28 minutes left.
So this is another best case or a use case what I can say. This is again related to the question number 2. Was from the point of more of deploying. So this is more of coming from how easy it is to bring in or build in the agentic AI. Like how many of you feel like this is pretty easy? Right. So
it is myth, hype, and reality, all three actually.
Yeah. So basically, okay, I'll just take it 2 minutes over here. So if you see, it depends on how do we train the particular agentic AI. So what kind of the data information that we provide. So and how accurately we provide the data information and how do we control this information. So these are the details what depends very heavily. But on top of that, building an agentic AI is similar to building a very complex application or a security kind of a technology altogether. So which has a lot of dependency as well as the back impact and other things. So which requires a lot of effort as well as a lot of back and front sort of a thing. And it is very difficult to like specifically build a certain agentic AI with respect to certain pillars or aspects. So we, as a Sentinel-1, so there is a lot of hard work and a lot of like a research which has been gone through in order to bring our own agentic AI capability. So saying that, yes, this particular thing is myth in certain cases and also in hype because when we see the ChatGPT or Gemini or any other thing, so it is pretty difficult. And also coming to the last stage, yeah, it's a reality. So rather than us, our developers would be the right people to answer this, how real it is from the point of the building or developing any kind of agentic AI. Over to you. Go ahead.
No, I think any questions from anyone right before we move to the next section. Actually, we have just 26 minutes left, and so whatever we have spoken actually about agentic AI or AI agents, idea is next 15 minutes we want to show you what we are doing in Sentinel-1. We have started this journey long back, and Gaurav will run you through how exactly our platform is implementing AI at 3 different layers. We implemented AI to detect threats, to predict threats. Remember, we used to feed multiple pictures of cat, and then AI has to identify which one is cat and which one is dog. Same thing we have done to identify malwares. Feed so many good and bad files, and then AI can find out which file is a good file and which file is a bad file. That is how we started. Then came the second generation of artificial intelligence. Now, second generation of artificial intelligence is how we can actually connect all the complex pieces into a cybersecurity incident and create a summary for you, which is a summarization of cybersecurity incidents, and then writing emails and writing incident reports for you. Now, the third generation of artificial intelligence, which we have started our journey, is how we can bring in full autonomy when there is an alert coming into the cybersecurity dashboard or a console, how the triage happens, how the investigation happens, and how we need to do the remediation and response. So Gaurav will spend 10-15 minutes, though we planned 20 minutes demo, but I think there is less time. We have only 25 minutes. So Gaurav, 15 minutes for you, so that we all can see whatever we have spoken in action.
Perfect. So thanks a lot. I will start this demo with a very simple question. That do you think it makes sense for a single console where you can have flexibility to integrate best of the breed solution and at the same time have the single console to have a view for EDR, your network, that is your like firewall, proxy, email, identity, WAF and cloud, right? A single console to have the visibility for all these alerts and the response side. And I don't need the answer right now. We will have this demo, and post that we will have this question again, and then you can help me with answer.
No, but most of the time I have heard some OEMs come and say, you don't need best of breed, you need us only, because we can do everything.
Yes.
Right? because there are some fundamental issues in the architecture. Idea here, what Gaurav is trying to say is you can still have, and you can forget about the consolidation, you can still have best of breed, and how a platform can connect all the best of breed technologies at one single place so that you have complete visibility. You can actually do the remediation, investigation, and response from this one specific platform, and then you can still rely on best of breed technologies in the market.
So the demo, what I'm going to run through is for a nation state threat actor, right, where the hacker gets control of the desktop using a phishing attack, right? Post that, he started the AD enumeration, moves laterally, done the CNC communication, and at last starts a ransomware attack on a Windows machine for a maximum impact, right? So this is what we are going to see in the complete demo.
6 different technologies in your ecosystem. Technology number 1 is your email security. Technology number 2 is your firewall. Technology number 3 is your identity security, let's say, or identity management. And then you can see technology number 4 is EDR, and then there is another technology which is your identity security. So these are the 5 different technologies in your environment. These 5 technologies have to work together to find this entire cyber kill chain of this threat actor actually. Because it starts from, like Gaurav has mentioned, email, then it goes to the endpoint, then there is a CNC communication, then some identity breach, and then endpoints being compromised. So if these 5 technologies will not work together in your ecosystem, maybe you will lose some context. Maybe you will detect something individually, but you may lose some context if these 5 technologies are not talking to each other.
So to start with, let's focus on the unified alerting part, right? Now remember, I talked about phishing, I talked about AD enumeration, lateral movement, CNC communication, and at last ransomware attack. Now if you see, we have the detection from the phishing side, which is the proof point, then detection from identity, detections from our AWS part, which is the lateral movement after the lateral movement infection. Then we have the lateral movement. Then if you see, we have CNC communication, and at last ransomware attack on the CWS. So we have multiple technologies getting involved here. Palo Alto network firewall for the CNC communication, lateral movement that is happening on the EDR side, proof point, which is the email security, identity, and at the last, the ransomware attack again on the EDR side, right? So let's pick one of such alerts and see what is happening here. Now, what is a SOC analyst has to do once the incidents arrive, right? He has to do the summarization, and it takes a lot of effort to do the summarization. Now, if you see here, the agent that we have, this AI agent, has done the summarization completely for the SOC analyst. That means a lot of overheads get reduced when this is automated, right? So we were talking about generative AI, agentic AI, right? So this is a lot of things which are getting already reduced from the SOC analyst that he has to do. That is the summarization of the incidents, right? So summarization is done for you. This is one part. Second, let's take an example of, say, lateral movement.
Can I take 30 seconds by the time you move to the next? And Shankar, sorry, I'm taking. What is the difference between AI agent and agentic AI? This is not agentic. This is AI agent. What is the difference? So that when you go out from the room, you have the basics clear. What is AI agents and what is agentic AI? Some layman example. Yes.
It is a process which is embedded in your existing process. Like for an example, if you are using any, a tool like IntelliJ, so in that same example, agentic AI will be a process which is embedded within IntelliJ, and it is helping you with your internal task.
Okay.
However, in case of AI agent, it is a standalone agent which has not integrated with your running processes, but rather a separate process where you can feed input and get the answers that you're looking for.
Perfect. Yes, sir.
I think the difference between the two is one is the process oriented, the agentic AI otherwise is a goal oriented. You define that goal, that this is the goal you have to perform, then rest leave it to the agentic AI to do it. Whereas the earlier one part is only a process that okay, define that do this. I think that is the difference.
So, simplest explanation, and for everyone in the room, my first meeting starts at 8 a.m. in the morning, and let's say if I tell Alexa or Siri, wake me up at 6 a.m. in the morning because I need 1 hour to get ready and 1 hour for travel so that I can attend 8 a.m. meeting. And if Alexa or Siri wakes me up at 6 a.m. in the morning every day, is AI agent. Simple task, simple workflow, and Siri and Alexa will wake me up. But let's say one day my meeting is now rescheduled from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I don't want to wake up at 6. Now I want to wake up at 7. So the goal here is I should be able to attend the meeting. Now meeting is delayed. Agentic AI can check my calendar. Agentic AI can check the environment. Agentic AI can actually check the traffic on the road, and then Agentic AI on the fly can change the alarm for that day. Now Govil needs to wake up at 7, not 6 a.m. This is Agentic AI. So this summarization, sorry ma'am. Yes. So this summarization is one of the AI agent we have built. It is not agentic AI because it is a simple task. We need to read few things and then we have to work with LLMs and we have to summarize what a plain or a tier 1 analyst or people in the SOC can understand. Yes, sir. Sir, we cannot hear you actually. Sorry.
You want to try this one?
So when we say agentic AI or the AI agent, so AI agent is a simple task one agent is doing for one particular purpose or something. But when we say the agentic AI, so it's like communication between different agents of the different purpose and then coming to the goal by discussing among them. So it's more than one agent is involved in that.
So that is multi-agent, right? So one task can be actually achieved by multiple agents. Example, there is an email alert. One agent to extract the information, second agent to triage, third agent for, let's say, investigate, and fourth agent maybe to respond back to that specific alert. So multiple agents working together to achieve one single goal. But idea is there has to be a reasoning. There has to be a decision making. Then it is agentic AI. If there is no reasoning, if there is no decision making, if there is no feedback loop, then it is a straight one workflow that doesn't fall under agentic AI, that falls under technically a AI agent, and hence this one first example is AI agent written to summarize, to make a tier 1 analyst or some security people job easy so that they can understand what is happening in this specific alert or incident. Sorry, yes, over to you.
Perfect.
Maybe we can skip the last Kahoot.
Yes. So now if you see the second example that I'm taking is the lateral movement one. Now when you get the lateral movement, you can also see that it also tells you which engine, right, has detected this. And in this case, we are seeing a dynamic engine. Now dynamic engine in Sentinel-1 is an engine which focus more on the operating system process and map it to the MITRE ATT&CK framework, right? Not only this, if you go down, you can see you have all the threat intelligence, in this case like Mandiant, right? So it is enriching all this incident from the threat that is Mandiant is having on the single console. So you have now the threat enrichment from the Mandiant as well. Apart from this, you also get a storyline. Now it is a patented technology of Sentinel-1 that talks about what happened on the endpoint, right? It gives you a very granular detail that what actually happened. And if you click on multiple these boxes that you are seeing, it tells you even which command has been fired on the endpoint. In this case, you can see there was a scheduled task for the persistence of the attack that has been created, right? So this is another example where you are having the complete information of the lateral movement that is happening. From that, you are knowing that what actually happened on the endpoint, what was the persistence that has been created for the attack. We will take one more example. Say, let's go to this CNC communication part, right? Now, there is one important aspect here. In the past two incident, what you have seen, there is something called community verdict. Now, for an SOC analyst, it is very easy when you see a community verdict which is like more than 95%. It was very easy for him to understand it's a true positive. You can take action, respond then and there only. Now, when it comes to 45%, there is a scope of confusion, right? Or you have a scope that further investigation is needed here. So, community verdict, in this case, now say I am a tier 3 analyst as well, but this tool is new for me. I don't have that expertise of writing queries, right, on this tool. Now, in this case, the generative AI or the Purple AI tool gives me the flexibility to ask the question in plain English language and response accordingly, what the query should be, what the response will be, and what next action can be taken. So in this case, let me ask one simple question here to the generative AI. Show me all failed Okta logins for the user Gene. Now this user Gene was the user where we have seen the phishing attack, right? In the phishing attack, the user Gene. Let me ask this question to the generative AI and see what response is. Now, this helps a SOC analyst also to learn how to write queries. In this case, if you see, the generative AI has given the complete query and the response to that query as well. Now you can modify this query, you can use this query again in some other way, right? Now we have seen that 24 results are found, and you also get the summary of these results. Now if you see here, it is clearly telling you that there were 2 distinct IP addresses. One is a Cairo and another being used from Bogota, right? And it also tells you that what next question you should ask, right? That what are the reason for failed Okta logins, or can you provide user agents, or how many unique IP addresses? So let me click on this. How many unique IP addresses has been used? Again, it will convert the question into the query language and it will give you response for this. See, it tells you that there are around 4 unique IP addresses that has been involved for Gene Luke as a user, right? Now, what we have done till now, we have seen ingestion, that is from multiple solutions, that is say email, network, identity, and EDR, right? We have seen how the summarization is getting done for a SOC analyst, how it is telling the SOC analyst what has been done onto the EDR in forms of a storyline. The fourth part is the false positive or a true positive. It is also helping the SOC analyst to determine whether this was a false positive, true positive, or more deeper investigation needed, right? Then we saw in terms of generative AI, what is the deep dive investigation, how to do the deep dive investigation without knowing the query language for that particular tool, right? Now what is left is the automation part, right? So let me go back and see one automation part. But before that, I will show you one more thing, that is the dashboard. Now, what happening is here, how we can focus on the incident which are very critical. And here, if you see on the dashboard, we also tell you that what are the top high value assets. Now, these are the top high value assets which can be defined by an organization. It can be a CO machine or it can be an admin machine as well. What is important for the organization, it can be defined, and any alert on those top high value asset, it will be showcased here only, right? Now let's go to the alerts.
Gaurav, 2 more minutes, please.
Sure, sure. I'm just wrapping up the automation part, and then now let's go on to this say lateral movement alert. Now I want to automate this part. As soon as any lateral movement happen, I want a Slack channel to be created. I want the relevant stakeholder to be part of the Slack channel and start a Zoom meeting onto that. So as soon as you click say on the automation part, you can have predefined workflows. And if I show you one automation here, is it visible? It's a lengthy workflow. So if you see this workflow, this talks about how this workflow is creating a Slack channel for you, how this is adding all users onto this, and how it is checking whether this channel is existing or not, and then starting a Zoom call or whatever the action that you need to define, right? So this platform gives you the ability to ingest data from multiple sources, do a triaging for you, tells you whether it's a false positive, true positive, automate whatever is needed in terms of the automation part, and all on the single console, right?
Thank you. So are we still game on doing Kahoot? We are, right? Okay, people at the console, can you just help me? I'm changing the laptop. Could you? Okay, this gets me to my favorite part. And this Kahoot is not a full Kahoot. Folks, this is actual Kahoot where we actually give you the top 3 winners. So bear with me. I have to open up the new Kahoot. Okay. Host Live guys, again, please go to kahoot.it. And your pin is, can we switch please? Can we switch to the, are you getting the feed? The pin is 4639416. Kahoot.it, the pin is 4639416. I can see people logging in now. Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir. Okay, I'm sorry I couldn't get the first person who logged in this time. Okay, so we have 28 people and we just have 6 students online. Sorry, I'm not loud enough. Okay guys, so let me know if anyone's left, otherwise I'll start. I can see Raven logged in again, Suyog, Vicky, Jitendra, Matthew, thank you. I hope Purple Agent doesn't log in this time. We would disqualify him. Sorry, ma'am. Why does it? I'm not, sorry, that's my bad. It's just the cursor. Okay, everybody logged in? Anybody who's left, can I move to the first question? This would be a timed quiz. This is your response time matters and obviously the correct response matters. Okay, so let me just, no Raven. Okay, all done guys. We're starting. All the best. May the best one win. Question number 1. I'll just read the question, not the responses. Sorry, that's my code word. 3, 2, 1, start. Quiz time. A tier 1 SOC analyst's main responsibility is often, you've got to be faster here because 4, 6, 3, 9, 5, 6. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Pranav's on fire. Pranav, congratulations, but we move on to the next one because I can see the timer says only 4 minutes, 47 seconds. Okay, question number 2. How can SentinelOne's solution enhance a SOC from strategic and operational perspective? Sorry, I had to sprinkle in a S1 question. Okay, folks. I've got 54 answers already, which is amazing. Has everybody answered? Can I move on to the next one? Okay. Awesome. 44 of you gave the right answer. Let's see. Vishal seems to have displaced the other one. DeepSeek and Deepfake. I like the names. Okay, the third one. What is the most common misconception about agentic AI? This actually would test you what Govil and Vikram and Gaurav been teaching you. Okay, I like the speed. 40, 44. Yeah. Okay, has everybody answered? 58 people. Awesome. 28 have given the right answer. And let's see who the winner is. Vishal seems to. Vishal, can I see where you are? Awesome. You didn't know the questions beforehand, right? Okay. Vishal, followed by Eagle. How does AI agent help reduce MTTD and MTTR in a SOC? Okay, Vishal seems to be. Okay, guys, we've got 20, 35, 40. Awesome, 49, 51. Remember, the time and the correct option matters. Okay, I think everyone's answered. Everyone's answered. Can I save 6 seconds? Okay, it's only 2 more seconds. I'm sure DSCI would not kick me out. 37 of you have given the right answers. Very good. And let's see is Vishal still maintaining? No. Sorry, Vishal. Cheap thrills, but Eagle seems to be doing very well. Eagle, okay, can somebody take his phone, please? Okay, so next question. Sentinel-1 solution portfolio includes EDR, ITDR, cloud security, SIEM, hyper-automation, all of the above. I hate such questions. Okay, I'm skipping it, guys. I'm sure everybody's answered. This is completely. Oh, there was still somebody who said. Okay, I need to find the one who said orange. Okay, guys, we need to do something with about Eagle. Is that Saint, Sant, or Sant? Okay, Greyboy, Arun, SN. Okay, next question, guys. 6 of 10. Which of these is the true capability of Sentinel-1's Purple AI? Everybody answer except the Purple agent, please. Okay. 11, 25, 26. 54 people I knew. We still have, okay, good. Perfect, let's see. Okay, only 18 of you gave the right answer. Interesting. Yeah. Where is Sant Baba? Where is Sant? Sant, show of hands. Congratulations. But I hope it's a long-lived one. Okay, question number 7 of 10. What does threat intelligence provide to a SOC? Okay. Wonderful. We still have 5 seconds remaining. Where is my folks at the console? My music goes away here. That ding, 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 ding. Okay, 41 of you have given the right answer. Yeah, Grey Boy. Whosoever is the second one comes on top. Grey Boy, quick show of hand. Grey Boy, Grey Boy. Wow, okay. He wants to be in a incognito mode, but that's okay. Okay, question number 8. What are the key benefits of Sentinel-1's hyper-automation solution? Wow, I like the pace. 20, 37, 30, 40. Yeah, thank you. Please, ये music रहने दीजिएगा. Okay, can we, I think everyone's answered. 39 of you have given the right answer. There are still 18 of you who gave a wrong answer. Let's see. Wow. Psychoria, Vishal, Grey Boy, Eagles back, guys. Okay, question number 9. Okay, this is an interesting one. RCB finally won the IPL. What's the best lesson for a SOC team using AI? Oh, I like the speed at which people.
Okay. 30, 45, 50, 51.
Awesome. 46 of you gave the right answer. And wow, Vishal's on top, followed by Raichu, Eagle, Grey Boy, Sant. And now, are we on the last question? Yes, the last question. All the best, guys. Why is explainability important in AI systems, especially in the BFSI sector? Okay. 12 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Wonderful. So 39 of you gave the right answer. And now comes the final time. So can I call, okay, on third place is Sant. Sant, where are you? Please, congratulations, guys.